We are just hours away from the Senate showdown here in Texas. I'm here in downtown Dallas, right by WFAA Studios, where the showdown will occur between the incumbent Republican Ted Cruz and his North Texas challenger, Colin Allred. This is a race that you're going to want to keep your eyes on. It's the biggest race here in Texas. It will be on your ballot right under President. Stay with us as more unfolds tonight. Almost 40 feet. That's how far SMU sophomore Isaac Nyberg was thrown after he was hit by a car after the SMU-HCU football game. The driver, an SMU football player. One perk of all this Cox construction is a gift for us bagel lovers. Sclafani's is now open in the Cox School of Business. Hey guys, breaking news here on the Hilltop. Former SMU football player and current Kansas City Chief Rashee Rice just released a statement on his Instagram saying he met with the Dallas PD authorities and is taking full responsibility for Saturday's crash. Tune into Hilltop now to find out more information. There was a lot of rolled eyes, a lot of heat, a lot of spirit between the incumbent Republican Ted Cruz and his challenger, his Democratic challenger, Colin Allred. Hey Mustangs, I'm Sydni Walker here with Hilltop Now. I'm here on the second floor of Hughes Trigg watching students pile in to cast their ballot this Super Tuesday. Stay tuned as we find out the results of the Texas state primary. 21 parachutes covered Dallas Hall lawn last Thursday. Each one represents a life lost in the Uvalde school shooting. 19 children and 2 teachers.
Lexi's legacy will be change, and mine will be honoring her with action.
Lexi was 10. She wanted to be a lawyer. Her mom, Kimberly Rubio, is one of 3 mothers from Uvalde who spoke at SMU last week on a panel discussing gun violence. They stay vocal amidst tragedy, saying their greatest responsibility is keeping the legacies of their children, Lexi, Tess, and Jackie, alive. Rubio, along with Gloria Casares and Veronica Mata, founded Lives Robbed just a couple of months after the mass shooting at Robb Elementary.
We fight at the federal level for gun legislation at the state level and then also for accountability at the local level.
More recently, they pushed Uvalde leaders to reject the city-commissioned review of the police response to Robb Elementary. Known as the Prado Report, it cleared Uvalde officers of any wrongdoing, which to the victims' families
was just a slap in the face.
The report was completed by private investigator Jesse Prado, whose active shooter training has been called into question. The moms hope to see the city attempt another review.
So I'm hoping the city of Uvalde sees that, realizes that, and maybe we can move forward, maybe we can find somebody else to do another review. So I think that's what we're hoping on right now.
They say it's a lot of work, balancing motherhood, grief, careers, and activism. But it's worth it.
It's important. It's very important that we make people aware that this can happen anywhere. It just doesn't happen in small towns. So we need to make people more aware of the things that are happening and the things that are affecting our young kids, older students. We need to make sure that they are aware that this can happen anywhere.
For Hilltop Now, I'm Sydni Walker. Of the many SMU traditions hosted by Student Foundation, the Celebration of Lights is the biggest, brightest, and most religious of them all. Christmas is still a few weeks away, but for those who celebrate Hanukkah, the festivities begin even sooner. Rabbi Heidi Koretz, Assistant Chaplain for Jewish Life and Director of Hillel at SMU, makes sure Jewish students feel welcome at the largely Christian-based event.
Well, we're going into our 3rd year of having a Jewish table representing our 400 Jewish students on campus along with our faculty and staff. And so we're so excited to be included again this year in Celebration of Lights. Christmas and Hanukkah aren't the only celebrations this time of year. Kwanzaa, a celebration of African American culture, is celebrated from December 26th to January 1st. Suwe Kokoricha is the co-president of SMU's African Student Association. Though she doesn't celebrate Kwanzaa, she sees the value in supporting celebrations hosted by SMU's cultural organizations.
I think that it does mainly focus on the Abrahamic faiths, which can be a little bit of a difficulty. However, I don't know if I'm looking to Celebration of Lights to provide all of that. I think that SAS already does a wonderful job with Diwali and making that happen. I think that other cultural orgs, maybe if they worked with SF, could bring that more, but I'd also be worried about SF trying to do all of that if they don't have practitioners of that faith in their organization.
Reverend Lisa Garvin, the chaplain and minister to the university, says the event is rooted in the Christian tradition of Christmas, noting President Turner's reading of the biblical Christmas story. Garvin also said that in the past few years, Student Foundation has aimed to be inclusive of other religious traditions, particularly those that celebrate light. Abby Kinwood, Student Foundation's communications chair, says there's a process to invite other religious groups to participate in the event.
We have the privilege of always asking a lot of the orgs here on campus, like, hey, we would love to have you represented here at Celebration of Lights, which is a fun and exciting time because we want to represent, not just one religion, but several.
Though Christmas is the main focus, Mustangs of all religions are invited to celebrate in the magic of the lights and help continue the holiday tradition for years to come. For Hilltop Now, I'm Sydney Walker.
Sabrina Carpenter is back in the news, but the reason is kind of crazy. Nobody freak out, it's nothing bad. It just turns out she may have played a part in helping some investigators indict someone.
What?
I know, she's the people's princess, what can I say?
Well, there is help tonight for teachers and students across North Texas. Northwest ISD's Education Foundation is once again providing free school supplies for teachers. The drive-up store first opened during the pandemic to help those teaching from home. We've posted additional information online at nbcdfw.com. Well, it's finally time. I think the weather is cooling down just in time for that football game. Let's hook 'em horns and toss it over to meteorologist Ryan Jones. Speaking of football, did you see Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson's latest fashion statement?
I have not, Sydney.
Oh, it's amazing. Take a look at the monitor.
Oh my gosh. That is just too good. Just in time for the Iron Skillet.
Being from Fort Worth, I love this. I hate TCU, but I love even more that he wore this during a city council meeting. I actually have this shirt too, and I did buy it on the boulevard. Coming up on SMU TV, a story you'll only see here. An SMU football player and a rollerblading student, the traumatic and dangerous car crash that could have cost one of them his life. Thanks, Sid and Brian. It's a sunny day here on the hilltop with about 89 degrees right now. The rest of the week will stay in highs of 80s with lows of 60s, including this Saturday when our Mustangs take on the FSU Seminoles. Back to you guys at the desk. From SMU TV, I'm Sydney Walker.